Good day once again. We are going to discuss now the measure of central tendency of ungrouped data. Our next lesson after the last video that I posted. Here, we are going to discuss how data can be described using the measure or averages. This includes the mean, median, and mode. Each of its measures describes a different indication of the central value in the distribution. Each of the measure of central tendencies is calculated differently, and the one that is the best to use depends upon the situation. Well, central tendency or measure of central tendency is a central or typical value for a probability distribution. It may also be called the center or location of the distribution. The term central tendency refers to the middle value or perhaps a typical value of the data and is measured using the mean, median, and mode. Now, let's discuss first what are mean, median, and mode. So, mean is commonly used of use measure to of central tendency. Okay, when we speak of mean, it is the average of the numbers or the given number. It is the easiest among the three. So not easiest actually. These three are easy lang talaga. It is easy to calculate up to all the add up all the numbers and then divide by how many are there. So you're going to get the average. While the median is the middle. If you arrange the numbers from highest to lowest, and then what will be in the middle will be the median. Or we can also calculate this with a formula. Later, I'm going to show you. And mode, it is the value that occurs most often in the data set, or it is the most number of the most seen, or siya yung pinakamadaming appearance kumbaga doon sa numbers. Let's discuss or calculate the mean, median, and mode. But this is just an easy calculation. Let's start with the mode. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, madali lang to. It refers to the data value that is most frequently observed or nakikita nyo. Look at these kids. We have 9 kids here. The mode is the most number or the most frequent number that you can see in the example. So, as highlighted, it is in black ink that 154 is the most number or frequently observed in the group. So, our mode is 154 centimeter, the height of the kids. Okay, how will you get the median? As we have discussed earlier, ang median nga, you have to arrange this numbers from highest to lowest, and at the middle will be the median. Okay, so this is it. It refers to the data value that is positioned in the middle of the ordered set of data or data set. Okay, so that will be the median. Look at this. We arrange from lowest to highest, and then we get the median at 154 kasi when you count from the bottom, or the highest or the highest number from the bottom, 1 to 1 2 3 4, and the fifth is 154. From the lowest number, or the high to the lowest number of value, 139 up to 154 pa rin ang lalabas. What if we have 10 kids nga naman? Or we can calculate this in this formula. The number of set plus 1, or the number set plus 1 divided by 2, it will be position at the middle, or the position is at the middle, which is 154. Halimbawa, 9, the number of data set is 9 plus 1 over 2 is 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. And therefore, the fifth value, will be the median. Okay. Now, how will we calculate we are now in the mean? How will we calculate the mean? Sabi nga natin ganyan, we add up all the numbers, and divided by the data set, and then we're going to get the mean or the average of the number. Like, this is the formula, or the arithmetic average, or the mean. Mean is equal to summation of data set over the data value, or the summation of all the data values divided by the total number of data values. Okay. Let's put it this way. Ito yung mga numbers yung height kanina. Gawin natin 10, dagdagan natin isa because we only have 9. Okay. From 139, the smallest kid. So, 139 plus 140 plus 154, 154, 154, 155, 180, 192, 192, 196 divided by 10. Our average, or the mean, is 165.6. So, our mean, or the average, is 165.6. Now, what is the difference now between the median and the mean? Kasi sabi natin parang siya, at the middle. Kumbaga average, or pag median, it is at the middle. The difference between the median and the mean. Ang median, it is physically the middle point. In this illustration, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16, the median, or the middle point, is 12. And what is now the mean? The mean is the balance point. So, ang balance point will be 10. So, if you are in equilibrium, the mean is the balance point, while the median is the physical middle point. Okay? Now, those are the tendency, or the average. Now, we are going to discuss the measure of spread. Paano ba siya nadidistribute? So, now we are going to discuss the range and the standard deviation. It is the measure of spread, kung paano siya nadidistribute. So, range. Let's discuss the range. In this data set, the range is equal to maximum minus the minimum. So, 139 is the minimum, and the maximum is 196. So, 196 minus 139 is 57. And therefore, ang range natin is 57. Madali, di ba? Okay. Next is the standard deviation. The second term is the standard deviation. How will we get the standard deviation? Standard deviation is equal to the summation of the data minus the mean squared divided by the number of data set minus 1. How will we get there? How will we get this? Gawa tayo ng table. For example, we have here 5 data set, 10, 12, 16, 19, and 20. That's the data set. So, to get the data set, we have to know first the mean. So, paano makakuha ng X bar? How will we get the X bar? So, we are dealing this first. Look at the numerator first. Yun ang unahin natin, yung numerator. Standard deviation is equal to the square root of summation of all the data set or data value minus the mean squared over number of data value minus 1. Okay, let's have the table. This table on the second box on your right is the data set, which is 10, 12, 16, 19, 20, and ang mean yan, ang mean, how will you get the mean or the average? It will be 15.4. Sabi dyan sa second column, para makuha natin yung x minus mean, so x, yung 10, on the third box, 10 minus 15.4, which is our mean. So, and so on. Halimbawa, 10 minus 15.4 equals negative 5.4. 12 minus 15.4 is equal to 1, I'm sorry, negative 3.4. And then, and so on. Halimbawa, yung next is 16 minus 15.4 is equals 0.6. And so on. And then, the second column is x minus 1 times x, yung data set o yung answer natin minus the mean squared nyo. So, i-squared, it will be negative 5.4 squared is 25.16. Negative 3.4 squared is 11.58. 56, I'm sorry. And so on. I-add lang natin yon kasi kailangan ng summation, 75.4. We will get now the numerator. On your fourth box on the right, the lower portion, the fourth box, okay, we have 75.2 as the numerator and 5, which is the value or the number of data set. 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay. So 75.2 divided by 4 is 18.8. Ang square root is 4.336. That will be our standard deviation. Now, ano ba yung standard deviation? Ano bang indication yan? What does it tell us? So, what does the standard deviation even tell us? Para saan yan? What is now standard deviation in short? Do you know now? Okay. You can find it in your book. But to make it short, standard deviation is it tell us how close the value in the data set are to the mean. Paano ba? Okay. How close the values in the data set are to the mean. Okay. So standard deviation, let's illustrate this meaning. Okay. Standard deviation, sabi nga natin kanina, how close the value in a data set are to the mean. Now, pag small ang mean is small, kapag maliit ang mean, nagko-concentrate lang yan in the middle. Okay? So, this will be our graph now. Kapag so close or small lang ang average niya or small lang standard deviation, magkakadikit yan. Okay. How about kung ito yung standard deviation? What will be the indication? Look at that. Lahat ng kung i-graph nyo, lahat or high value, kapag high value kasi, naka-spread out yan. Ibig sabihin, ito ang indication ng graph natin. So you have any question? We will now go to the exercises that you will do. Or wait lang. Let's differentiate first the variance and the standard deviation, or sample variance and sample standard deviation. The difference is that the square root sign. Okay? Ang sample variance is S squared, or standard variance is equal to summation of data set minus mean squared divided by the number of data set minus 1. While in sample standard deviation, it is S equals to the square root of summation of data set minus mean squared over number of set minus 1. So, ang difference lang is the um, square root sign. Now, we go to the exercises. Answer this one. Okay, this will be your sample exercise that you will do, and then we're going to check it later. Okay. Thank you for watching, and good day.